my vision and my mission ultimately is to make this world a better place, is to leave something behind that ensures that what I have done here wasn't just for nothing.
Sure. And today we are blessed by the beautiful Maria, also known as Samantha, op Arendsvlei soos julle weet, you know. I mean, is koffie. Ek sal sê is koffie en 'n bietjie donuts saam met jou. Julle kan hierdie donuts sien. So welcome to Walk with Mel, people. It's so exciting to chill with you, looking fabulous as always.
So are you, Mel?
Thank you so much for joining us on the show. Just an introduction, who you are and where you're from.
Okay, so my name, met al my vanne, so gaan maar begin daar. Just be prepared. I always say that to people, ek het baie vanne, be prepared. So I am Maria Valente De Almeida. This is the shortened version, the long version.
Really?
Yes, I had to shorten it for TV because I couldn't. If you guys want to see what my ID looks like, it's insane.
Wow.
Because in Portuguese, my father's Portuguese.
Okay.
So they give you your mother's surname and your father's surname. Then they also include your mother's maiden surname as part of your names. So that even if you get married and all your surnames go away, you still have your heritage with you. That's what it's about. It's
so cool.
It's really about your heritage. So,
so
my name and my second name is Maria Amalia, which was my late grandmother's name, my father's mother, who died 3 months after my birth.
What?
So she was there because they thought I was going to be a boy. And then I came out being a girl because my legs was the whole time closed. I was like, duh, I was a lady. Yes, since in the womb I was a lady.
And I thank you.
So then they were like, okay, we don't have a name. And my grandmother came in because she flew from Portugal to come and see me being born. And my father said, that's my name, Maria Amalia.
Beautiful.
So Maria Amalia is my name. And then my surname, well, it's part of my names, Hendricks, which is my mother's maiden surname. Hendricks Almeida, and Almeida is part of my father's maiden surname. So Maria Amalia Hendricks Almeida is my names. Daai is net my name.
Okay, so by die vanne gekom het.
Nie glad eers by die vanne uitgekom het. And then the surname start Valente De Almeida E Silva.
Wow.
So Valente is from my father's mother and De Almeida E Silva is from my father's
That's so
father.
interesting though. I've learned something new.
Yeah,
and I mean, jy het nou allerlei name, maar jy is so versatile ook. You know, just so versatile soos jou name en jou vanne. I mean, you're an actress. You also love modeling and I mean, you into fashion en ek het jou content gesien op Instagram. As jy nie weet, gaan check it uit in the meantime. I mean, where did the love for it start?
There's a lot of moments where I think my love kind of grew, but there's one distinct moment. So in primary school, I must say I was very fortunate to go to an amazing primary school. My teachers were very much engaged and they really
supported.
Yes, that's the word. They supported us so much. And my best friend in primary school, Monique, the two of us would just decide, okay, we're going to do a dance now.
And
then we tell the teacher, ma'am, you're not going to have class now because Monique and I are going to perform.
That's support.
And we were so confident, and that was just how it went. Like, only when I went to high school and I spoke to other people did I realize that was very abnormal and people don't do that.
Not in class.
Yes, I thought it was very normal because we would just say,
cool.
okay, ma'am, we're not gonna have class now. We're gonna perform, and we did that we started grade 1. Our very first performance was, and it's so crazy to think about the song that we danced on. It was from Mary Mary, Shackles Off My Feet.
And I thank
That
you.
was the first dance that Monique and I ever did.
Wow.
And we did it to Shackles, and my grade 1 teacher, Mrs. Dupriya, always whenever she sees me, she says when she hears that song, she thinks of me.
But that's a dope song though.
So, right?
No?
And I mean, that age, we were 7 years old. How did we know what we were doing?
Right?
How did we have any idea what we were doing? And all I knew was that I loved to perform. And then my parents got divorced, so my teachers were very, very supportive.
Wow.
And then in grade 3, we had to do a kind of a, 3 little bears.
Okay.
And I came late because I had to go and have a therapy session.
Okay.
So I didn't have a group, and I was
man.
like, oh my word, what's gonna happen? And my teacher just put me in another group,
Yeah.
and she was like, okay, this group has 2 Goldilocks.
Okay.
I was like, okay. Somehow little Maria was like, wow, that means me versus someone. This is now. Then it started to kick in my competitive nature.
Auditions,
Do you know what I'm
audition, baby.
Without even knowing, I was full on in the audition, and we did it. And somehow, I'm a very I won't say that I'm quiet, but I try to really reflect about what I say.
Yeah.
I won't just.
You think about it, yeah.
Yeah, I don't just want to talk nonsense because I know that what you say stays with people. So I try really hard to think about what I say before I say
Maria.
it. And somehow younger Maria, 9-year-old Maria, thought the same way. So I was like, okay, this was the first chance where I got to kind of be out of my shell, where I didn't have to think about what I'm saying because these aren't my lines. This isn't mine. This isn't my view. This is someone else.
This is the character that you play.
Yes.
And I thank you.
So I did Goldilocks and everyone loved it. I remember, where Goldilocks has to fall off the chair. I did like this whole dramatic fall, and everyone was laughing, and in that moment I knew I love doing this. This is what I want to do.
So amazing.
And I didn't know what it was. I mean, none of my family
Obviously,
does acting.
Dis speel mos maar nou net, is fun.
Yes, and I kept on telling them this is what I want to do, and I didn't even know
Hulle
what it
dink jy wil
was.
Goldilocks speel jy.
Yes.
Nee, baby, jy sal dit retriever
And
speel.
then, I will also say that I'm very fortunate that my brother is like my ride or die,
Oh,
my person. My
man.
brother is my person.
Ek is
So
oordui.
we used to put on shows like I did at school. I
Baie
did at
belangrik.
home all the
Want jy
time.
waar begin jy? Jy begin by die huis.
And my grandma and my mommy were my main supporters,
Yeah.
and my auntie Mel. So what I would do is I would say, okay guys, it's modeling show now. I'm showing you guys now summer's trends,
Yay.
and my brother would be the MC. And he
Hy
would be
host die show vir jou?
My brother used to host all my
Biggest
shows.
hype.
Honestly, my biggest hype
Oh,
ever.
wow.
Like when I was 7 years, I had a Spice Girls party.
Ek het ook 'n Spice Girls show. We did the music video actually.
Because it's Spice
You
Girls.
have to.
Spice Girls was
Yes.
iconic.
Wie was Jay though? Was jy Baby Spice?
No, I loved Posh Spice.
I was Posh
loved,
too.
Right?
I didn't have a choice though because everyone else was taken, but I mean, you make it cool. I was
No.
Posh. Oh my
There
gosh.
was another girl that's name was Victoria, and I was like, sorry,
Sorry,
Victoria,
girl.
but like I am Posh.
And you've been doing this now. I mean, you've been Goldilocks, you've been working yourself
You
up.
know,
So.
I was like, this
Yeah.
is my thing, and my
So you guys
brother
had the Spice
also.
Girls thing.
Yes, when I came, my mother organized it, and I came down the stairs, and my brother announced me. So it was like that was my brother was really like my main
That's so
hype. So I used to
though.
model, and my brother would announce me. So like I've been performing all my
That's
life
so dope,
without
and it's
even
cool.
knowing it.
The support coming from school, from home, and then you actually
so
went into
much.
acting. Jy het gaan study.
Yeah, that was it was tricky because your family supports you to a certain
I
extent.
thought because of the support it was
No,
going to be
they're very supportive, but also like your mother wants what's
the
best for you.
Of
Yes.
course.
Your mother wants to know that
Altyd.
when you walk out of her house that
Jy's
you are going to
sorted.
be sorted. You're going to have medical aid. Please
Baie
think
belangrik.
about medical aid. You are going to have insurance. You are going to have a place to
course.
go. You're going to have a car. Those were things that I don't think our parents had. So my mother was like,
Yes.
I'm going to make sure that you have that. So when I was like acting, she was like,
We're done with Goldilocks now and Spice Girls. I mean, you're good,
yes,
but
you're good,
but,
there's a whole world of people
yeah.
like that, and
she's just being realistic also.
yes, and I will never say that my mother crushed my dreams because
Yeah.
she was so supportive of
course.
everything, but she also helped me to be realistic.
Okay.
And to say that you need to think a little bit further. So I was like, okay, I will must study law.
Okay.
I applied for law, everything, and then in my grade 11 year, my drama teacher decided she felt pregnant and she
Okay.
needed to go overseas to have her child there.
Wow.
So our school's musical was then cancelled, and we have a musical like every 2 years. So
Okay.
now grade 8, okay, I'm nervous. I don't know anyone.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna do it. Grade 10, okay, now I'm in
Confident.
it now. Now I'm confident. Now must my matric year, man. That's the
Take it as
leaders
that.
was for me,
As
man.
that.
You know
As
what I
that.
mean? Yeah, my teacher leave. They tell us, sorry guys, there's gonna be no musical. My heart
Devastated.
was crushed, and like I literally couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep, and I can only describe it as like, I can't say it was like a vision from God because
Yeah.
it wasn't like an epiphany where
I know
God
what you
just
mean.
came upon
And told
me.
you. Yeah,
Yes, it
no.
was like I knew in my heart that like God was telling me, Maria, I need you to write a script.
Yeah.
So I was like, how am I going to do this? And I love dancing, I loved performing.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'm going to write something. So I wrote a musical. I wrote a business proposal for our school.
And I thank you.
And I had a meeting with the drama teachers and the principal
What?
and the deputy principal. And I was like, you guys don't want to do a musical? I want to. Let me do it. Here's my proposal.
Like
this is what I want to
entrepreneur.
do. I was, and for me, I felt like this was very normal.
Yeah, it seems like it's like you know what you were doing. It's
Yeah,
like
I
it's
was
done.
like, like, cool, this is what needs
But
to
that's
happen.
when something's on your heart and when you have to do it.
Do you know what I mean?
Beautiful.
Like, there wasn't a moment where I was insecure, like, how dare you think you can write a musical? There was nothing of that. I think those insecurities come so much later when people start to
True.
speak doubt in you.
It's
but
true.
It's really, people speak doubt
It's the
into you,
truth.
and then
You need to
those
believe
things,
it.
Yes. So that time I was super confident. I was like, cool, I'm gonna write a musical. I can do this.
Wow.
I did all the choreography. I did the directing.
No way.
I had a lady that helped me with one of the dances, that helped me choreograph one dance. All the other dances we did because we couldn't afford to pay a choreographer.
Of course.
I thought, okay, maybe the school will give us some funding, and the school was like, sorry babe,
You're on your
we
own."
don't have. It's not like
You're
that.
on
We're
your own.
trying to be
We support
chunky,
you,
we just-
but we can't.
Yes,
Yeah.
there's nothing that we really can do. So we had cake sales. Like the people that was in my cast, my ensemble was amazing. They were really amazing. Like one of the guys sent me a message the other day. He still has his because I called it I Love Dance.
Oh.
He still has his I Love Dance t-shirt, and he was like,
Wow.
Maria, I found this in my cupboard. Like it just gave me all these
But it's
memories.
dope
going
because you
back.
made a change for everyone. Not just you changed everyone's lives by just sacrificing yourself basically because you didn't have to do it.
Yeah, the weird thing is that I don't think I've ever really thought about doing it for me.
Yeah, it was never about you.
It was never about me.
Wow.
It was never
It's a
about
bigger picture.
Yeah, I've never really been like. I feel like I stray very much on the opposite end of selfishness. That sometimes I have to pull myself to
Yeah.
be like, take care of
But
yourself.
we all do that.
But I
yeah.
am very like, this is for us. This is for those that come after
I
me.
get you.
This is I need to lay the groundwork. So when they come, they don't have
easier.
to walk that road that I walked.
so
that was
true.
what I did it for. That was my
And once
whole
you've done
conviction.
that production, after that you were like, I'm gonna do acting now.
Yeah, after I did that production, I mean, we then like did it, and
Yeah.
everybody saw, and they came to come tell me, and my mother watched it. And after she watched it, she came to me the night. I will never forget this, and she said to me, if you can do this, you can be an actress. You can go study drama. That's
Sorry?
literally what she said to me.
Maar
She
haar
was
reis in
like, it was such a moment. And then I applied at Stellenbosch, but I must be honest, like my mother's a single mother,
Yeah.
and also during that time my grandmother had passed away when I was in
Yeah.
matric. So my matric year was a very intense year for me.
Heavy.
My mother also had cancer, so she had been doing she had a relapse that year. So
baie goed, no?
it was a lot. Yes, it was a lot. And now I have to apply for university. Now where does the funding come in?
Stellenbosch is it?
Stellenbosch is not a yes, and I
Nee.
was like, I want to go and expand my mind. I want to go to Stellenbosch. That was like, that is where I saw myself.
Wow.
And as much as UCT was amazing for drama, but I just saw myself being at Stellenbosch, and I didn't want to be too far from home.
Of course.
So I applied, and one day I was at home and I got a letter in the post. And I never get post because like, who sends letters? Yes. And it was a letter from Stellenbosch telling me that I got a bursary that I had never even applied for.
Maria?
It's a recruitment bursary that they give to like previously disadvantaged students or students that have parents that haven't studied before. Like, I don't know how
Your God is real.
That's what I say. Like, if people tell me God isn't real, I'm just like, that might be your perspective and you might have had a journey, but God has been so present in my life that there is no way that I can ever say that God is not real, ever. So, I got that letter and I phoned my mother, and she was like, it's a letter in the post, like, don't be too...
It's a scam.
Yeah, that's she was like, maybe it's a scam. She's like, let's phone
Yeah.
Stellenbosch. And I phoned them and they were like, no, girl, it's like a real thing. Like, we can't wait to see you next year.
Amazing.
And that was how I ended up going to
That is, it's like it was set out for you. People, we're hanging out with Maria. We're going to talk all things Arendsvlei after the break. It's a walk with Mel. Check her out on social media while we wait. Yeah. And we are back, people. It is a walk with Mel, and we're hanging out with Maria. I mean, I'm not going to say all your surnames.
I don't expect you to.
I'm going to fail. But I mean, your journey is so interesting and it's so motivating at the same time, and how you were pushed into this direction of acting. En ek moet sê, Vidya is straal van jou binne af, man. Like, I can see that light in you, and that's so cool. It's so radiant. So thank you for just being you, man. I want to speak Arendsvlei. That's where we met. I mean, you played the character of Samantha. Tell us about that experience there, how that happened, and what was it like playing or portraying, or what is it like portraying Samantha?
Sure. Arendsvlei was a whirlwind. It is a whirlwind.
Yes.
You can't describe it in a different way. studied, and then I started working, and I was just doing a couple of things, and then the industry was slow. I live in Strand. It's super far from Cape Town, where all the to take, and I didn't drive at that time, so to take an Uber from Gordons Bay to Strand, from Gordons Bay to Cape Town, it's literally like 500 rand up and 500 rand down. No, it's really 1,000 rand. So now you have to think, okay, that's 1,000 rand.
Casting.
Yes, that's a casting. That doesn't even mean that you're gonna get the job. So now you're going there with a maybe. This is a maybe I'm gonna get the job, or maybe I'm not gonna. It's hope. It's driven a lot by faith. The faith that drives you guys. So it became difficult. So I was like, okay, you know what? Take a break, earn some money.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go work at a hotel. I'm gonna earn some money now so that I can invest in myself. I want to take nice headshots because people can't cast you if they don't know what you look like. Now you're taking selfies like this, showing your best angle. You walk into your casting and you look nothing like your photo. Yes, and they're like, no, like, who are you?
It's not the same person. It's like, okay, we don't want to see you.
Yes. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take that time, and that I'd been working at the hotel 6 days a week, having one day off, and on my one day I was going to castings, or I was
Maria.
like doing acting like workshops at home.
Amazing.
Or I tried to start my own like NGO and initiatives. I've been doing that, so this is what I was doing on my one day off, and somehow it happened that I got this casting for Arendsvlei. And I still say to my mother, like, do you think I should go? Like, this is 1,000 rand, and I will be so grateful that my stepfather, Uncle Naini, everyone that knows me knows Uncle Naini.
And hy's deel van die crew.
Yes, and of this journey. And he said to me, no, he will drive me. I must keep my money. He will take me to this audition. And I still say to my mom, what must I wear? It's like for a school girl, and like I haven't been in school for years. Yes, like I finished university. I felt like, oh my word.
Full on adult.
Yes, so she said to me, go get school clothes. I still from my house, Uber to work the morning to go print my CV and my headshot. Uber to my cousin, went to go get her school clothes. She still had a Renish uniform.
Lekker.
Ubered back home, did my makeup, got everything done, went to my audition. And in the car, like I was reading, and it's so funny because I read for the role of Deborah and for the role of Samantha. But they didn't say Samantha, they said Sam. No, they didn't say Sam, they said Samantha. Yes, they said Samantha. So I was like, okay, cool, I'm auditioning for this role now. And Samantha's lines was very like, it seemed very far away from who I was. So she was baie Afrikaans, seemed like bitchy, like not something that I felt that I could step into. So I was like, okay, I don't know about this Samantha role. Yes, because she was talking about like suurdeegbrood, and she was like random stuff that I was like, I don't like, what even is that?
I'm just gonna say it. It might be a tree.
Yes, I was like, okay, so this character I don't feel is maybe resonating with me. I'm gonna like full on give on the Deborah.
Yeah.
So I kept both things like full, and I did the audition. Yes. And the guy that was auditioning me is still one of like my close friends, Mo. I adore Mo, and Mo was the person that was in my audition room. Yes. And he said to me, okay, go. And I only did Deborah's lines. No? Now remember, I'm not prepared. I'm prepared for Deborah, for Sam. Ek is nou reg. And he says to me after the Deborah lines, okay, you can go. And I'm like, no, I only did it once. I want to do it again, and I want to do the other line. Yes. And he's like, no, we don't need you to do anything else. And I'm like, and the other
but you
line, like I prepared. And he says, no, like, be calm. You are done. You have done. And I'm like, yo guy. And I walked, but you know when you feel like you gave your all, so that's all that you can do. Like I felt like I left it on the floor. That was my feeling. I left it on the floor, and I was like, God, if this is meant for me, then it will be for me. And then didn't hear anything from Arendsvlei. Like, God, clearly this is not meant for me then.
Even though I felt it.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't felt it, but like, okay,
you know what? I'll unfeel it.
Yes. So I was like, okay, and then I ended up getting swine flu at the hotel that I was working at. Yes, I got super duper sick, and then I had just come out of hospital, and then I had my license appointment to go pass out, and I was super sick, and I couldn't postpone my license appointment because my learners was expiring, so I had to go. Went there, coughed, I was so sick, rolled on the incline, failed. I'm super sad, I'm upset.
Because you obviously didn't feel like
yes, I'm sick, I'm sad, I'm upset, and I'm standing in my trainer that was giving me my driving license. He took me to his house, and he was like, okay, I'm going to give you all the forms now. We're still going to apply for your learners now. Everything, it's fine, it's okay. And he was so sweet, and I was standing there and Mo called me and he said to me, I just want to let you know you got a role in Arendsvlei. And I was
crying.
Yes, I was already crying because I just failed my life.
But it's like you had to fail in order for this to
yes,
oh, this is heavy.
Literally. And then he said to me, but I've got the role of Ilke. Now I'm like, I don't even know, like, what is, who's Ilke?
Yeah.
Now I'm like to my agent, like, who is that? What is that? What's happening? Yeah, she said to me, it's a girl that's pregnant. I'm like, oh my,
you went from school girl to
I don't know what it's like to be pregnant. Luckily, my bestie had just given birth to the most gorgeous little girl that's my godchild. So I was like, bestie, I'm gonna come to you. Like,
you
Mika,
better prep me.
You need to prep me, Mika. Tell me like she knows. I phoned her. I was like, Mika, I don't know what to do.
I know Mika, yes.
Yes, Mika, Alexander. Yeah. So she helped me with everything, and then I was about to sign my contract. I'm still at work and my agent phones me and she says, no, don't sign that contract. Arendsvlei sending you a new contract. I want you for a different role.
Wow.
I'm like, what? And then Mo phoned me and he said, can you come in for another audition? And I'm like, Mo, I'm sick with swine flu. Like, I actually can't as much as I would. Now I'm like, is this gonna like steal my role for me? Yes. I'm like, does this now mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, you know what, God, like, this is not in my control. Things that are out of your control, stressing about it and stressing about it changes nothing. It just makes you sick.
Even
it makes
more.
you stress.
True.
It makes your skin look bad.
Yes. Let it go.
It affects you so negatively. There's nothing positive that comes from it.
So true.
So I was like, I'm just gonna let it go. And then phoned me and then they said, you've got the role of Samantha. And I was like, okay, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
Like, who
new
is
person
this?
again.
Yes.
Give me.
She was just like, it's just more calls, so I don't think you can work at the hotel. I was like, hallelujah!
I've been wanting this.
Bye, I wrote my resignation that day.
Amazing, Maria.
He literally, like, I loved working at the hotel. I can't say that it did
and
anything
each thing
negative.
adds to your journey, man.
Exactly.
What was it like playing Samantha though? Is she very different to who you are?
I will honestly say that Samantha is my alter ego. Samantha is really my alter ego. I feel like I'm literally, her and I are on such opposite sides of the spectrum. Like, especially
baie vol dinge
baie vol dinge en baie rou.
Baie rou en 'n mouw.
Yes, now that was the thing for me. The relationship I have with my mother is very tender and I'm very, yes, mommy. Especially when I was there, even till today, like I won't still shout at my mom or speak to her. Like, it's very,
but I mean, that happens again. The Samantha thing happens. So
and
that's the thing
what I
you're
wanted
portraying.
to say. Exactly. That is somebody's life. Somebody feels like that. Someone has that relationship with her mother.
And there's a reason also why that she feels that.
Yes, and that's what it stemmed for me, is that everything comes from having, there's always a reason behind it. So when you see somebody doing something obscure, it's easy to be like, oh, how can you do that? But to take a second and be like, why are you doing that? What has happened to you?
That's the cool thing about acting. It teaches you empathy. It teaches you all of those things.
And it's actually such a therapeutic thing.
It is.
Because that's what I wanted to say with being Samantha. I could have easily made choices that she made. Yeah. Easily. Because her father had passed away in matric. My grandmother had passed away in matric. So there was a lot of things that were very similar. Yes, a lot of similarities with regards to... It might not be exactly the same, but it was something that I could like stem from.
I get you.
So I then like used that and I saw myself in her as in that's where I could have been. I could have made those choices. But the nice thing is, like, in your life when you make choices, you don't have a writer that like puts the life out for you.
You are the writer of your story.
Yes.
I wanna touch quickly on auditions and the process. Obviously people think that when you're on TV it just happens overnight, but you studied, look at the journey you told us about just getting Arendsvlei and what you went through and the faith you need to have. But audition process, what kind of auditioner are you and how much work goes into that? Just quickly.
I think definitely they go, like, so much work goes into an audition. You cannot step into an audition unprepared. Like, I would never advise somebody. And it's not like you have months to prepare for auditions. They call you today and tomorrow your audition is, and now you can think, I don't have enough time, so I'm not going to prepare. That is the worst mentality to have, because everybody has that same amount of time. So if they can make it, then so can you. If they can do it, then so can you. There is absolutely nothing that is different between you and another human being. You have the same blood system. You have if they can,
brain.
Yes, exactly. And you have things that other people don't have. So everybody has something that they can bring to the table, and that is all that it's about, is bringing who you are to the table.
Beautiful.
So with your audition, prepare, do a warm up. That is one thing that is so important, especially facial warm ups. Because you don't know what it's like to stand in front of a camera. It can become very nerve-wracking. And this is, yes, wow, this happened to me. I have a twitch, and my tension stems in my mouth, which I didn't know until I started like doing warm-ups and auditioning. My mouth will start to twitch like this, so I look like a crazy
But
person.
Kathy, you're not playing it.
And the thing is, it's just all this negative energy inside.
You need to
of
let it go,
Yes,
yeah.
and it's tension. So then it just like
It's normal.
It twitches in certain places. So now, just to release that tension, and also one thing to remember is that you might feel that, oh my word, I'm so overwhelmed by nervousness. But psychologically, nervousness and excitement is exactly the same. In your body, it's exactly the same.
Well
in your
said.
brain, it's exactly the same. So it depends on your state of mind. You decide if you're gonna let it feel like nervousness and allow it to overwhelm you negatively, or if you are gonna make it be something positive and be like, you know what, I'm excited. Why am I excited? Because I love what I do.
And that's what I want to say.
I love it.
You must also love what you are doing,
Sure,
you know? I
it's
want to
so
just quickly,
important.
last few questions before we have to wrap it up. What is your mission or your vision ultimately as an artist?
That, and you know what, I've been thinking a lot about that even before I started in the industry, and I think my vision and my mission goes according to me being an artist, and even more than that, even not only according to me. I think that my vision and my mission ultimately is to make this world a better place, is to leave something behind that ensures that what I have done here wasn't just for nothing.
Sure.
I want to make sure that there's someone that's life I can help along the way, that there's somebody that sees my journey and that, or that I can assist in some way. Not even just like mental health is so important, but even with our planet, like what we do, taking time and like picking up papers or doing things, because this is, we only have one planet. This is, and we would want our children to live here. I would like, I mean, I still want to have children. I still want a world where my children are living, and the people that come after that, we need to take care of one another and each other, because ultimately when you die, what do you leave behind? What am I going to, a cool phone, a nice house, a nice car? You can't take any of that with, but the legacy that you leave behind on earth, that is what you will be remembered for. And I would want my legacy to be that I have done something better for this world, that I have impacted this world in a positive way, and that I wasn't just here taking up space and living for myself in this moment and going towards my own happiness, but that I've done something that really helped assist in the
bigger
greater
picture.
good.
Beautiful. Did you not allow for my social media, because I mean your content is amazing. We couldn't even touch on that, people. Maar het gaat so lekker hier. So but social media, if they want to go check it out, please let us know.
So you can think of me as the mermaid from Strand, because I love being at the beach. So my Instagram handle is Mermaid Mariri. So it's not Maria, it's Mariri. Mariri. Yeah, so if you call me Mariri in person, then I know that you only know me from Instagram. Like then I know that you don't actually know me. But my Instagram handle and all of my socials are basically Mermaid Mariri. Same on TikTok, and then on Facebook it's Maria Valente De Almeida.
Beautiful. You are amazing. Thank you for shining your light on the show. People, the show will be repeating next week Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. We don't want you to miss it, so make sure you tune it in, your favorite show on your favorite channel. Thank you so much.